Welcome to History in Focus. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more historical content. Also, let me know in the comments which moment impacted you the most. Enjoy the video. This remarkable image captures Union troops during the intense Battle of Seven Pines, also known as the Battle of Fair Oaks Station, which took place in Virginia in 1862. The battle was a pivotal moment in the American Civil War, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. This powerful image shows the Union mortar crew during the Siege of Petersburg in the summer of 1864. The Siege of Petersburg was a pivotal event in the American Civil War, lasting nearly 10 months and resulting in the eventual fall of the Confederate capital of Richmond. The mortar crew played a crucial role in the prolonged siege, firing explosive shells that battered the Confederate defenses. This rare historical photo vividly illustrates the massive artillery that helped shape the outcome of one of the longest military engagements of the war. The Battle of Gettysburg left a devastating mark on both the landscape and its inhabitants. This photo captures the aftermath near the Trostle House, where countless dead horses lie scattered after the brutal conflict in 1863. The loss of life, not only human but also of the animals that served so dutifully, is a haunting reminder of the costs of war. The Trostle House stood witness to one of the bloodiest battles of the American Civil War. Explore this and other shocking moments from the American Civil War as we delve into rare, colorized photos that reveal the stark reality of that time. The Battle of Cold Harbor, one of the bloodiest conflicts of the American Civil War, left a trail of destruction that lingered long after the fighting ceased. This somber image shows men tasked with recovering the skeletal remains of soldiers who perished in the battle. The scene, captured in 1865 near Cold Harbor, Virginia, reveals the harsh realities faced by those left to clean up the aftermath of war. This striking image captures Federal officers standing proudly next to a powerful cannon during the Battle of Fair Oaks in Virginia, 1862. The officers, donned in their military uniforms, were preparing for the intense and brutal confrontations that would define this bloody chapter of the American Civil War. This battle was a significant moment in the Peninsula Campaign and highlighted the relentless struggles faced by the Union forces. This image showcases the paddle steamer Winona, docked at the Pamunkey River Wharf in Virginia during the 1860s. Paddle steamers were essential during the American Civil War, providing vital transport and supply lines. The Pamunkey River, a tributary of the York River, was a strategic location for both Union and Confederate forces, making it an important site for military movements and logistics. This photograph captures Black Union soldiers in combat at Dutch Gap, Virginia, during the early days of the American Civil War in 1861. The Dutch Gap Canal was a key strategic location, and Black soldiers played a crucial role in the Union Army's fight for emancipation and the preservation of the United States. Their bravery and resilience on the battlefield were pivotal in turning the tide of the war, making scenes like this an important testament to their contribution to American history. This striking image shows Allen and William Pinkerton alongside Union officers at the Secret Service headquarters during the Battle of Antietam in 1862. Allen Pinkerton, founder of the Pinkerton National Detective Agency, was a key figure in organizing military intelligence for the Union. The Secret Service played a critical role in gathering information and protecting key leaders during the American Civil War. This historical photo captures the scouts and guides of the Army of the Potomac stationed at Brady Station, Virginia in 1864 during the American Civil War. These men were vital for gathering intelligence, navigating terrain, and guiding Union forces through the challenges of the battlefield. Their efforts were crucial in shaping the strategies and successes of the Army of the Potomac, contributing to the Union's overall war efforts. The USS Essex was a significant ironclad gunboat in the American Civil War, serving the Union Navy. Launched in 1861, this steam-powered, iron-armored vessel was crucial in river operations, supporting Union troops and engaging Confederate forces along the Mississippi River. The Essex played a key role in the Vicksburg campaign and various other naval battles, marking its place as one of the formidable forces in Civil War naval history. John Wilkes Booth, the man who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln, was finally tracked down and shot on April 26, 1865. After Lincoln's tragic death at Ford's Theater, Booth fled, triggering one of the largest manhunts in American history. His demise marked the end of the assassin's flight, but left a nation mourning its fallen leader. This rare photo captures the infamous man responsible for one of the most consequential acts in U.S. history. On July 7, 1865, Lewis Payne and David Herold, two key co-conspirators in the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, were hanged for their involvement in the plot. Both men played significant roles in the broader conspiracy organized by John Wilkes Booth. Their execution marked the final chapter in the aftermath of the tragic events at Ford's Theater. These images remind us of the lengths individuals went to in their attempt to change the course of history through violence and betrayal. This historical photo captures the gallows built in Washington, D.C. in 1865, where the conspirators involved in the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln were executed. Among those hanged were Lewis Payne, David Herold, George Atzerodt, and Mary Surratt, all of whom played roles in the assassination plot. The execution marked a significant moment. This historical photo captures members of the 71st New York Infantry during the early days of the Civil War, stationed at Camp Douglas in 1861. This regiment played a vital role in the war, representing one of the Union's early forces in the struggle for unity. The camp in Chicago served as a training ground and later became infamous as a Confederate POW camp. This historical image captures a significant moment in the American Civil War, the entry of a Federal wagon train into Petersburg, Virginia, in April 1865. As the war was coming to an end, Petersburg, a crucial supply line for the Confederate Army, fell to Union forces after a long and grueling siege. The wagons in this image carried essential supplies and reinforcements, marking a turning point in the Union's victory. This image features the transport steamer Bridgeport on the Tennessee River, a crucial waterway during the American Civil War. Steamboats like the Bridgeport played a vital role in transporting troops, supplies, and equipment for both the Union and Confederate armies. The Tennessee River was strategically important for controlling transportation routes, and this steamer helped facilitate logistics, making it an essential part of the war effort. This image captures the crew on the deck of the USS Mendota, a Union gunboat that served during the American Civil War. Launched in 1863, the Mendota played a vital role in Union naval operations, patrolling the rivers of the Confederacy and supporting land-based forces. The crew depicted here exemplifies the sailors who bravely operated these vessels in challenging conditions, contributing to the Union's control of vital waterways. This photograph depicts a Union artillery squad preparing to fire a cannon during the American Civil War. Artillery units like these were essential in both offensive and defensive operations, providing long-range firepower to support infantry advances and to halt enemy assaults. The Union forces relied heavily on artillery to maintain their strategic advantage in major battles, such as Gettysburg and Antietam. This image showcases General William Tecumseh Sherman, one of the most famous Union generals during the American Civil War, along with his senior staff. Known for his scorched earth tactics, Sherman led the devastating March to the Sea through Georgia, which crippled the Confederacy's ability to wage war. His leadership and strategy were pivotal in the Union's victory. The ironclad warship Galena was part of the Union Navy during the American Civil War and played a crucial role in naval battles along the James River in Virginia. Built to withstand heavy fire, the iron-plated ship faced numerous challenges due to its relatively thin armor. Despite this, the Galena contributed to the Union's efforts to control southern waterways and disrupt Confederate supply lines. This photo captures the ship and its crew during one of its critical deployments in 1862. This image shows members of the Pennsylvania 8th Infantry Regiment relaxing at their camp during the American Civil War. The soldiers are seen seated in front of their tent, one reading a newspaper, reflecting the brief moments of rest soldiers could find between battles. The Pennsylvania 8th Infantry played a significant role in many campaigns, contributing to the Union's overall war efforts. These quiet camp moments were a rare respite from the grueling reality of war. This photo captures the members of the 6th Maine Infantry in formation during the American Civil War. Known for their bravery, the 6th Maine played a key role in several critical battles, including the Siege of Yorktown and the Battle of Gettysburg. These men, standing in disciplined ranks with their bayonets fixed, represent the determination and resilience of the Union forces during one of America's most challenging times. This image shows Sergeant F. Sturgis and two fellow Union soldiers during a moment of rest. Positioned under a makeshift tent, they represent the common soldier's experience during the American Civil War. Despite the harsh conditions of war, soldiers like Sturgis continued to serve with determination, showing the everyday reality of life behind the battle lines. This striking image serves as a solemn reminder of the immense sacrifice made by the soldiers during the American Civil War. An estimated 620,000 young men perished in the conflict, their lives cut short by the brutal realities of war. The soldiers depicted here represent the countless individuals who bravely took up arms, knowing the potential cost. This photograph captures not only their youth, but also the weight of the responsibility they carried during this tragic chapter of history. The historic surrender at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9, 1865, marked the end of the American Civil War. On this fateful day, Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered his army to Union General Ulysses S. Grant, signaling the Confederacy's defeat. The meeting between these two military leaders took place in the McLean House, a site that now stands as a symbol of unity and reconciliation. This photo captures a pivotal moment during the American Civil War, as President Abraham Lincoln meets with Allen Pinkerton, the head of the Union Intelligence Service, and Major General John A. McClernand. Taken in September-October 1862 at the Eastern Theater of the Battle of Antietam, this meeting occurred during one of the war's bloodiest battles. The presence of these key figures symbolizes the strategic decisions being made to guide the Union's war efforts, and Lincoln's involvement highlights his dedication to leading the nation through its most challenging period. This image depicts John L. Burns, a 70-year-old civilian who became a hero at the Battle of Gettysburg in July 1863. Armed with his personal rifle and aided by crutches due to his age and injuries, Burns joined the Union forces to fight against the Confederate Army. His bravery during one of the most pivotal battles of the American Civil War made him a symbol of courage and dedication to the Union cause. This vivid colorized image offers a glimpse into the daily life of a Union Army camp during the American Civil War. Depicted is a soldier from the 31st Pennsylvania Infantry with his family, living in a tent at Queen's Farm, near Fort Slocum in Washington, D.C. Taken in 1861, this photograph captures the human side of the war, with soldiers balancing military duties and family life amid the harsh realities of conflict. In October 1862, Allen Pinkerton, founder of the Pinkerton National Detective Agency, and also known as E.J. Allen in the Secret Service, was photographed on horseback during the Battle of Antietam in Maryland. Pinkerton's role in the Civil War was critical in gathering intelligence for the Union, working closely with President Lincoln and military officials to thwart Confederate plans. This image encapsulates the pivotal contributions of Secret Service agents during the war. This striking image shows a group of soldiers engaging in a cockfight at the headquarters of General Orlando B. Wilcox during the Civil War in 1864. Petersburg was the site of one of the war's longest sieges, and in rare moments of respite, soldiers often found unique ways to entertain themselves and cope with the harsh realities of war. Cockfighting was a popular form of entertainment during this era, providing a brief escape from the intense battles and struggles of military life. This colorized photograph captures President Abraham Lincoln standing with Union officers on a battlefield during the American Civil War. Lincoln, known for his pivotal role in preserving the Union and abolishing slavery, visited numerous battlefields to boost morale among soldiers and offer strategic input. This photograph shows President Abraham Lincoln meeting with General George B. McClellan in the general's tent during the Battle of Antietam in 1862. This significant encounter took place in Antietam, Maryland, a critical moment in the American Civil War. Their discussions would impact the strategy and future course of the war. This photo captures the somber scene of fallen soldiers on the battlefield during the First Battle of Bull Run, which took place between 1862 and 1865. The lifeless bodies lying amidst the trees paint a grim picture of the costs of the American Civil War. This image captures a haunting moment from the Battle of Gettysburg during the American Civil War. The photo shows a Confederate sharpshooter who lost his life at Little Round Top. Fought in July 1863, this battle marked a turning point in American history, and the site where hundreds of thousands of soldiers sacrificed their lives remains a poignant reminder of the war's devastating toll. This somber scene shows soldiers kneeling at the site near Sudley Church, Bull Run, Virginia, in March 1862. The Civil War left scars on many soldiers, and this photograph captures a moment of reflection and reverence for those who lost their lives during the Battle of Bull Run. The barren trees and quiet landscape serve as a reminder of the harsh realities of war. This image shows a young powder boy standing by the gun of the USS New Hampshire off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina, in 1860. Powder boys were responsible for carrying gunpowder to the cannons during naval battles, often facing great danger due to the explosive materials they handled. Their vital role in ensuring the artillery's effectiveness made them key figures in naval warfare.